Hey, my name is Peter. Welcome to the live stream of BodyCommerce 101. This is a excuse me. This is a new thing for me. I've never done a live stream before, so yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens. I hope my audio is okay. I hope you can hear me good. Just let me know in the chat. It'll be good to know. We have some people join in, so thanks, guys. We Just so you know, we're gonna have a few moderators on board. We've got Yaksan, we've got Chris, who Yaksan and Chris help me out with support and marketing, and then we have Jim, a good friend of mine from France, who has volunteered to help with any French comments because we have a lot of French customers. So yeah, so just if people can just let me know in the chat if you can hear me correctly, as it's my first time. Audio is fine, great. Mystery Island Music, nice name. So I think I'm just gonna wait, give it like a couple minutes, just for people to join. I just don't want to kind of start too early and miss out. So if you have any questions now, not regarding BodyCommerce, maybe something else, please fire away, and I'd be happy to just kind of to answer some stuff. YouTube is saying to me that my audio resolution is not too good, so again, the sound is a good. Oh, cool. So Joe Amos, yeah, great to start first your first site with BodyCommerce. So this video will be very helpful. I've been wanting to do this live stream for a long time, but it's been something that just got so much on it, doing everything with Divi engine, that it's just been hard to tackle everything. So at the moment, we're bringing more guys on board to help out with the workload, and hopefully we can do more things like this for the plugins to really help you along the way. I kind of hope that this video will be the starting point and kind of teach you a bit more about the setup and how things go. New York, nice. 9 a.m. We've got guys from all over the world. Switzerland, that's amazing. We've got from Holland. We got from France. We have a lot of French customers actually, and it's funny because I get emails in French, and then I reply in English, and then they reply in French. It's bizarre, but it works. Another one from the US. Kathy Ashpole, nice. Eric, nice to see you. Eddie, great to see you. And James, thanks guys for jumping on board. Yeah, so I mean, I'm just while we're waiting, I think I'm gonna wait just a couple more minutes. Well, just to tell you, like, my name's Peter. I'm from, if you don't know, I'm originally from South Africa. I grew up in South Africa. I was born there. When I was 17, I moved over to the UK. And Diego from Ecuador, nice. I hope I'm saying your name right. Maciek from Poland, Cześć. I don't know if I pronounced it right. But Mystery Islands is from Finland. Sweet, that's really cool. Yeah, we have a lot of customers from all over the whole world. I love it. I love that I get to speak to people from all over the whole world. Yes, I'm from South Africa. Moved over to the UK when I was 17, and I've been living here. I met my wife over here. I have 3 kids. Currently it's 4, 3, and 10 months. So it's really interesting. 3 boys. It's good fun, should I say? Real good fun. Yeah. So a lot happens in my day with work and with the 3 boys. Croatia, nice. Oh, I've heard Croatia is so stunning. Well, my sister's been to Croatia, and the country there is stunning. I've always liked the football kits. The checkered top, yeah. Just gonna wait a little bit more longer. I think I'll start at 5 past. I don't know if this is. I don't know how long to wait usually because I've never done a stream, as I say. But yeah, I think that'll be good timings. So just to kind of, I might just start now, and I guess people can jump in and people can watch the video back because it'll be on YouTube. So what's going to happen is it's going to be a live stream, and it's going to basically, I'm just going to run through some of the key points of BodyCommerce. So I got two monitors over here. One monitor over here, I'm just controlling a few things, so sorry about that. Okay, so I'm gonna jump straight in, okay? So I'm just gonna share my screen. This is a fresh install of Divi, WooCommerce, and BodyCommerce. So the first thing I like to do when I set up a new site with BodyCommerce is I go into the Divi theme options. And this is a bit of preference, but also it'll help you in the long run. The first thing I like to do is in the builder, advanced, I like to enable the classic build editor. This way, for me, I just prefer to build everything on the back end, but I can still enable the visual editor when using the Divi builder. So you'll see that in a minute. This is my preference. I'm just going to do it. The second thing I would suggest is to disable the static CSS file generation. A lot of the times the Divi builder caches the settings, the CSS that you use, and a lot of the times it can cause like conflict, or it might not refresh. So a lot of the issues we get from customers are that like maybe the style's not showing correctly on the website, and this is because of the static CSS file generation. If you're using a plugin like WP Fastest Cache or something like that, that will do the caching for you. So in my view, I don't really see a big issue with it, disabling it. So that's the first thing I like to do, is set up that. Now, the second thing to point out, which is very important with BodyCommerce and WooCommerce, is the setup of your store. Now, you'll run through the install with WooCommerce. I'm not going to go through that now, but the setup, you'll usually run it up. And what that does is that creates pages, okay? And the pages are the shop, the account, what else is there? Sorry, the checkout and the cart. So we have basket, checkout, account, and shop. Okay, so I've made the front page my shop page, and this is how it looks like by default. Now, one thing to mention, and this is very important, to not build on these pages. Do not use the Divi builder on pages. Over here, you should only have it as it is. For the shop page, it will just be blank with the default editor. And for the basket, checkout, and my account, there will be the shortcode. Oh, sorry, just to mention, if you have any questions, please put them in the chat. We have some moderators who will, one of the guys will pick up the questions you have, and at the end I'll have a Q&A session. So please, any questions you have, put it in there, and I would love to answer those questions later. Okay, so yeah, so as you can see on the checkout page, we literally just have the shortcode, which is what you want. You don't want to be using the Divi builder, so leave it there. So that's the first thing, the setup of the pages. Now how do we go about, creating this funky shop page? How do we make it better? Well, you do this all in the Divi library. So either you can use the theme builder if you want, but I'm just going to use the Divi library and BodyCommerce settings. The theme builder and you could either create the layout in the theme builder or in our settings. So I want to add a new layout. I'm just going to call this shop page, and this is going to be a layout. For everything you want to do is a layout, or if you're using a loop layout, which I'll show you later, is going to be a section. So I'm going to call it layout. You can add a category if you want, but I'm not going to do that now, just to not confuse people. So I'm creating a layout, and this is going to be my shop layout. On here, I'm going to be adding some modules. Now, what modules do you ask? What modules can you use? Well, this is where help.diviengine.com. So on our documentation website, we tell you about this. So I'm just going to show you on the BodyCommerce modules. On the BodyCommerce modules, the way we've done the modules is we have color coded them, and we've added some acronyms on the beginning and at the end, actually, to tell you where you can use these modules. So you can see the lime green is the account pages. So any of those modules with lime green you can use on the account pages. The same with the archive, same with the checkout and cart. And over here you can see a list of all of them with the acronym. So you can see if there's G, that means global. CP means cart pages. The reason why I've done CP and then the name is because we want to cluster them together, and Divi kind of alphabetically orders everything. So I want all the account pages together. That's why I've done AP, which is account page, downloads, account pages. So kind of, yeah. And there you have the icon, which gives you a bit of inclination. On here, you can see what they all do, and even you can even filter. And here you can see, here's all the product page modules you can use. Additional information, attributes, pro before, and so on. So that's just to help you a little bit. Okay, so going back to our layout, we wanna create a shop layout. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add a product loop module, and what this does, this will loop through the products and display them. So let's say start building. Make it very simple for now, and even in the search is great. So you can go products and you can pull in the product loop, and you see it says archive pages, so this means it can be used on the archive page. That's brilliant. There's actually something else we've recently introduced in a newer update, which before people were getting issues with some issues with the custom layouts, but I'm not, I won't show you that. But before it was causing an endless loop, we've added a little bit of a mod so it won't get an endless loop. But I'm just going to use this default style for now. So what this does, this will pull in the default style for the product. So if you ever run into any issues of it not shown on the shop page or the category page, first thing to do, or for the shop page, is to check you don't have the Divi builder on the page. The second thing to do is to go on the product loop and just change it to default, just so you don't have any other issues come into play. Okay, so I've created that. The shop page is still the same as it is because I haven't told the website that this is the layout that I want to specify for the shop page. So this is where I go to Divi Engine BodyCommerce. I'm going to open that in a new tab. Sorry, sometimes I talk really quick, so I hope I'm not talking too quick for you, but I can always clarify some things at the top. So in Divi Engine BodyCommerce, we have all the main kind of settings. So these are all the different pages. These are some of the main kind of features you want to use. So the first tab is a product page. So you can create a product page template and then assign it here, but we'll get to that next. Over here, the shop category pages. This is where we want to go because we want to create a shop page. So I've created a layout. I've added the product loop module. I've changed it to default for now. And now I'm going to select this as the shop template. Now, when you save that, BodyCommerce will take over and tell WooCommerce what template to use to show your products on the shop page. That makes sense. I hope it does. So there we go. There's the default style. You see that sidebar's gone away because there's one product. Looks good, right? So far it looks good, but I want to kind of the one thing I want to show you was the custom loop layout, what that is and how to do it. The custom loop layout is, so this is the default kind of look. Now what if you want to have a thumbnail, maybe an attribute, maybe move the price below the button, maybe have another button say, or maybe even you want to add a box shadow, borders, you want to customize it. How do you do that? Well, we've added a way for you to easily customize that. So the first thing you want to do is you want to create a layout that you will tell BodyCommerce for each product, show this layout. These are the modules I want. This is the styling that I want. And for each product, we'll show that. Okay, it's called a custom loop layout. Okay, so here we go. So I'm going to go to the Divi library. So hopefully it'll make sense in a bit. I'm going to have lots of kind of tabs open, so hopefully it'll be okay. But I don't know if you're like me, but by the end of the day, I have like so many tabs open, it gets a bit crazy. So add a new layout. I'm going to call this the loop layout, just for myself. I'm going to make this a section. Make sure it's a section, not a row, because in a section you can add multiple stuff. You can maybe even do a 2-column, 3-column. You could even add I don't know, a little buttons or something. It's up to you. Because you can do whatever you want with the builder, this is where it gets really interesting in what you can create. So I've got this loop layout, and in here what modules can I use? Well, if we go over to the help page in this, where's this song? Sorry. There you go, the shop category pages. Of course, yeah. Oh yeah, product loop layout modules. And yeah, it gives you all the modules you can use. And a lot of them start with an LL, so loop layout, or PL, product page and loop layout. This is when you can use them on the product page and on the layout and on the loop layout. It sounds a bit, it can get a bit confusing with the terminologies. Okay, here we go. We're on our loop layout. What do I want? Well, what I want is I want a thumbnail. I want to show a thumbnail of the product. So I have a thumbnail. I see some questions firing in, so just carry on asking the questions. At the end, I'll do a Q&A. You can do a couple of things. You can link the image to the product page. You can. I'm just gonna say no for now, and I want to. Well, actually, I'll say yes, and I'll show you why. And the style, I want to make it a flip image. This way, when you hover over the image, it flips over to the second image in the gallery. That's quite a neat little feature that we add, and in each of the modules, we have all these kind of interesting little features we add. So I want to have a title. You can see I write title. Just also for any our plugin is translated into French for some customers, just because we have a lot of French customers. And in BodyCommerce settings, you can actually disable the French translation if you want to see the English and follow along. Okay, so I've added the thumbnail, I've added a title, and I've added a price. I want to add to cart as well. So this is a very basic, you know, loop layout. You can use the builder to change the sizing, but I'm not going to do all that because I don't want to waste your time with, you know, styling too much. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go into here and make my border radius of 5 pixels. Oh, I think because the live stream, my computer's running a bit slow a bit. Then I want to add a box shadow, okay? So now I've created this loop layout, and for each product, I'm going to show the thumbnail, the title, the price, and the add to cart in that order. Any design settings you do in the Divi builder will be shown as well. For example, the section, I've added a border radius and I've done shadow. So let's go back. Then connection lost. Oh. Hope my I guess this is with the live stream when you can't pause the video, can you? and then cut it out. But let's just see. Okay, while that's trying to load, I will. I think it's working itself out. Okay, it's done. Okay, so sorry about that. I don't know. I think my computer was just basically this. Actually, last week my main PC broke. It was pretty crazy. It broke. Luckily it was under warranty. I sent it off, but it's going to take 2 weeks to get back. So I'm using my laptop here. So I apologize for any you know, for these kind of things. The laptop seems to be struggling a bit. But anyway, we'll get through it, huh? Like any good web designer, when issues arise, we just take it in our chin and just carry on. The way it goes, huh? And that's how we all learn. So I don't know why this is loading so much. I'm gonna exit this loop layout. Okay, so again, I use the backend builder just because I prefer it. You can use a visual builder as well. Some of our modules are just kind of representation. Some of our modules work 100%. Some of our modules actually, so like this custom loop layout. So for example, if I click on here, I can see the visual side of things of the products. So it'll load in a minute. Also, I don't really like using the visual builders. It takes longer to load everything. So now I'm waiting for this to load, for example. I'm not going to waste any more of your time, but it'll work. So in here, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to choose the custom layout for the loop style. Okay, now I'm going to specify that custom loop layout. So go to custom layout options. Actually, sorry, I've moved the option. Sorry, in the beginning, I've just moved it recently on the most recent updates. So I'm going to choose custom layout, and then underneath you specify the loop layout. Currently, it's saying no layout because you haven't specified one. Here, I want to specify this loop layout that I created. So what are you telling BodyCommerce is for each product in the loop, display that custom loop layout. I hope that's making sense. So this is really annoying how slow this is all taking. Sorry. What I might do is, if it carries on like this, I'll crack on with other bits that I think might not take as much. Sorry, I think I just bumped the table there. The audio probably got messed up. Strange, because the computer was working really well in the beginning, and then now it's kind of... Okay, so what I've done is I've enabled the custom loop layout, and here you can see it's got that border, that box shadow, but everything is all together. It doesn't look that great, does it? It looks pretty not that good. So in our settings, you can specify if you want to show it as a list or if you want to show it as a grid. So what I've done is I just specified it as a list. So I need to just modify the settings a bit, show it as a grid, and I can, yeah, I'll show you a few things. So in here, in the custom layout style, here you can even choose a no results layout. So when there's no results for the products, you can actually create a custom one there. So what you do in the Divi library, you create a layout, whatever you want to do, maybe have an image, maybe say no products found with maybe a search module or something like that, and then you specify it in there. Over here, the layout, I want it to be grid. And I maybe want it to have 4 on tablet 2 and on mobile 1. So let's just update that. Okay, so this is one of the main things that people always ask or a bit confused about is the custom loop layout. And I kind of hope maybe this kind of answers a few things. So there we go. So now we have it in a grid layout, 4 in a row with the shadow and the border as we did in the loop layout. We have the thumbnail module, we have the title module, the price, and the add to cart. Now it obviously doesn't look that great in terms of the spacing below. The width is also not full width. So if you want to make it full width, how do you go about doing that? There's quite a few different things you can do. So the first thing is on the actual loop layout, you can set a margin at the bottom of the section, and this will push that space down below over there. The second thing, maybe if you want to do if you haven't added this box shadow, there's quite a large gap between that image and that image. So it would look really spaced out, and the reason is because of this width. So you can also modify the width of the row in the loop layout, okay? So there's 2 things I want to show you. One, how to add space at the bottom, and how to modify the space in between the products. So the first thing you want to do is go into the loop layout. And then here in the section, I want to add space, margin bottom of like, I don't know, 40 pixels. If you want to reduce the space in between the products, then the first thing you need to do is in the row, sizing, width, push that to 100. I'm just going to leave it at 80 because I have those the box shadow and stuff. I want to leave it. The third thing you can do also is on the shop page where you have the product loop, in this row you can modify the gutter width. and that will change the size between the products. Okay, so the other thing I wanted to kind of go over, and I don't know, my computer's going a bit slow, so I don't want to waste too much of your time. The other thing I wanted to go through was the mini cart and auto show this mini cart and that side of things. So right now on the page, if I just go add to basket, it adds it to basket. On the category pages, nothing really happens. Or if I go to the product page, so this doesn't get updated. Or if I go to the product page and add it to carts over there, it doesn't really do anything either. So the first thing really is we have some settings to add a custom cart icon. So to modify this cart icon. So I'm just going to show you that very quickly, but I'm not going to focus too much on that. I just want to do that because I like the look of a different icon. So in BodyCommerce settings, cart icon settings, here you can say, yeah, I want to use a custom cart icon. I want to use this one. I'm just going to remove the items after that. You can choose the style you want for the number and just click save. Now when you reload the page, the new cart icon will be there. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to shoot over to the mini cart settings in our admin. So mini cart pop-up settings. Here I'm going to specify a mini cart. So I'm going to say, okay, I want to use a mini cart. And there's two different styles. One is a drop down and the one is the slide in. I really like the slide in, so I'm going to say, okay, I want it to be slide in. Now bear in mind, with the slide in, your cart icon might be very far away. So there's two things you can do really. The first thing is you can have it on hover and change the hover close delay time. So you can set it to maybe 3 seconds. So it gives you 3 seconds from hovering the cart icon to the mini cart slide in. But I prefer click because it actually was intended to be click. And you can style up the mini cart and everything on this page, but I'm just going to leave it as standard. Okay, so I want to show you something that now if I reload this page, I want to show you the problem and then the solution. So the problem is when you add this to cart, it isn't adding to cart. So what you need to do is you need to enable Ajax add to cart. So this. So if you go to BodyCommerce mods, sorry, I'm flicking through quite quickly, and it's because it seems to be running really slow, and I know I always talk about it, but I just like to have things fast. So go to BodyCommerce mods page, and in here we're going to enable Ajax add to cart. Ajax add to cart allows you to add a product to cart without reloading the page. So I'm going to enable Ajax add to cart, and then in the mini cart pop-up settings, so in Divi engine BodyCommerce mini cart pop-up settings, I'm going to scroll down to this Ajax mini cart settings section, and first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to enable it to be Ajax mini cart. I'm also going to show the mini cart after the update. The third thing you can do is not have the mini cart show and instead have a pop-up show saying add it to cart, continue shopping. I think you've seen that before. So I'm just going to have it so it auto shows and enable that. So we don't have, I don't want to be doing this too long today. I don't want to take up too much of your time. So one thing I do want to say is a lot of our modules have a lot of settings to really customize things further. So for example, our gallery or our gallery for the products has different sliders. They have the horizontal slider, the vertical slider, expandable slider. There's lots of different settings for each module. So bear that in mind when you're doing a site. So there we go. Now it slides in and the number updates. That's quite a nice little mini cart slide in auto show. The third thing I also want to kind of talk through was the checkout. So I'm going to go checkout page. With the checkout page, there's two ways to set up a checkout. One is by creating it yourself using our checkout modules, or 2, using one that we've, like a pre-made style that we've made. If you use either, you have to enable a custom checkout layout. In there, you can either define a layout that you've made in the Divi library, like we did for the shop layout, using the checkout modules, or you can choose one that we have here. I quite like the Shopify style. Remove title, make it full width. Yep, that's what I quite like. So the Shopify style is one of our newest layouts, and yeah, I'd recommend trying it out on your store. We're going to be adding quite a few more stuff in the near future, to help with your checkout flow. One of the things we're going to add is in between the product page and the checkout, to have like a upsell section. So let's say you want to create a landing page, and you can say here's all the different information, add to cart. Then that would go to a secondary page that would have an upsell, and then last the checkout. So we're going to be building those kind of things to really streamline and improve the checkout process. So here we go. So this is the Shopify style. It's all rated out because I need to enter it in. So this is one of the styles that you can choose for the checkout, or you can create it yourself with modules. One of the other quite cool things to talk about is Divi Engine BodyCommerce mods. And in here, there's quite a few different modifications that you can do. One of the ones is this form field customizer. So the reason why I've put it here is because it affects everything on your website. So, or all the things to do with WooCommerce. So let's say you want to have a custom input field. So let's say on the checkout page, you can either customize the checkout page input fields in the checkout tab. So over here on the BodyCommerce checkout tab, at the bottom we have this style your checkout area, or in BodyCommerce mods form field customizer, this can also customize this, but also the inputs on the product page or the account pages. So it really goes through the whole thing. The next thing is this quantity field. So I'll show you this quantity. Yeah, we'll just leave it like that. Background color, number minus border style. Let's do it. I don't know, solid. Border quantity 1. Border color, make it black. Oh, it's not black. So what I'm doing is for all the quantities throughout the website, I can also do the select drop downs as well. All the quantities throughout the website, I'm going to be customizing the appearance. I'm just going to show you what that looks like. So there we go. So you can see the quantity is now this custom looking quantity box. So that's in this form fit customizer there. The other thing is we have some shortcodes which you can use throughout the site, and even some custom CSS JavaScript can be added there. A lot of our layout packs that you download, I don't know if anybody knows about our layout packs. If you don't know, check them out on our blog, or where else do we have them? On the actual product page, BodyCommerce product page is a section where you can link them straight to the layouts. When you download them, the custom CSS JavaScript that relates to that layout pack is in there. Yeah, so the other thing was about adding how to add variations. So if you have variations of a product, how do you add them, and how do you get the variation swatches? And the variation swatches will come. I won't go into that because it'll take too long. But just to show you the this hoodie has some variations. So either I can say select options there, and in what we want to do is we want to go to products attributes. Always add your attributes at this level. It's weird because WooCommerce kind of puts, if you add them on the product page itself, and if you have done, you'll know what I'm talking about. WooCommerce stores it differently. You want to add your attributes here, color and size, and then here you can configure the color to the swatches to be blue, gray, green, yellow, red, whatever. And then on the product page, it will have the swatches correctly. Right now, it's just a select box. The other thing I wanted to show, yeah, so that's that. I I think, sorry, I'm kind of rushing now because I realize it's been like 35 minutes and I don't take too long. The other thing is in the menu. So we have if you're using the theme builder and you're using the menu module and you want to have the custom carts and the mini carts in there, make sure you have the in the menu module, there's a section where you can choose what elements to show. Enable the cart icon there, and then our plugin will work perfectly. So one thing I want to show you, so there we go. You can see I added that margin below the section earlier, so you can see it showing now, and now it's showing up a lot now. So and what happens if you want to add a variation to the cart from the shop page? What do you do there? I think I will link. I've done a video about that, so I'm not going to go into that, but I'll link that video in the description. So yeah, really that is kind of the general introduction onto BodyCommerce. I was hoping to get through a bit more, but I didn't want to kind of take up too much of your time, and my computer was going a bit slow. But essentially, the product page, you would create it the same as we did the shop page. You would go to the Divi library, create a new layout, and then there you can add the product page modules. The one that says PP, the gallery, the title, or PL, so product page loop layout. You can also, create a different one for accessories and a different one for clothing and such. Just the search results is created exactly the same as the shopping category. So the minimum requirements you need is the archive, the product page, the product loop module on the archive pages. Make sure you don't have a custom loop. So this is another thing that I kind of want to just talk about. So with the product loop module, you have a custom layout, and then you have a custom loop. So there's two, I don't want to kind of get confused between the two. The custom loop is, custom layout is when you use that loop layout, so making it look custom. Custom loop is when you want to specify a custom query. So you want to say, okay, I want to show all the products in this category only. Do not do this on the category pages, because WooCommerce and BodyCommerce will automatically pull in the correct categories. But let's say on the home page you want to have a section showing the hoodies, a section showing the t-shirts, section showing the caps. Here in this product loop layout, if you scroll down to custom layout options, the computer's running a lot better now. Custom loop, in here you can choose, I want post, number of posts. You can say I want 6. Include categories, clothing. You can even do a comma if you want to do more. Or you could say, okay, I want to actually show all the featured products, or I want to show all the on sale products. And you can even do, I want to see the on sale products in the category clothing. So you can really get some real detailed loops going. But this should only be used on pages or the shop page, not on the category page, unless you want to, I guess. But you don't need to create a different category page for each category, if you know what I mean. You just need to create one with the product loop, with this custom loop layout, this custom loop disabled, and it'll show all the products in that particular category. Some people are asking, actually, so here's a category loop. So category loop will display all the categories. I'm going to show it as a grid. Here you can you can show all the different categories that are available. So on the shop page, it'll show all your categories. When you click on clothing, for example, it'll then show all the subcategories when you have that on the category page layout, such as accessories. If you don't want the products to show on that page, you can in the settings, disable products when category has child categories. So let's say, okay, we're on the shop page, we click on clothing, takes us through to the clothing category. In the clothing category, we have accessories, sunglasses, shoes on clothing, shorts, whatever. We have child categories. but we don't want to show the products of all the clothing. We want the customer to go then narrow down. If you enable this option over here, it won't show the products unless it is the last child, so the last one. The other thing that's quite cool is this equal heart grid card, so you can click on that and it'll equalize all the hearts. Another thing to mention is link each layout to products, so you can click that and the whole box will be clickable. Please make sure you don't have a link inside the loop layout. So if you have an add to cart module, this one, it could cause issues because effectively you're trying to link and then a link inside. If you have the thumbnail or the title module, disable the link to product page options, and this way it won't, the link and link won't get confused. I think I've kind of gone through very quickly what I wanted to go through. Just run through some of the, there's tons of modules, but you can go like, I don't know, gallery. This is what I like to do. So you can see there's a gallery. You don't want to add the gallery on this page, but I just want to show you in the gallery you can choose, a horizontal slider, vertical slider, expandable. So there's quite a lot of different options you can choose from. I think I'm going to do a second webinar where I can kind of go a bit more into detail into certain sections, I think, because I don't think I'd given you guys enough time on this. But I hope this has been helpful. I'm just going to jump onto some questions really, and then we can go from there. So I don't know who wrote this. I wasn't given a name, but anyway, is there a way to have the image blurred when the product is sold out, so not just a badge? So that's quite interesting. If a product is sold out, does the CSS class get what I'll do is I'll try and have a look, and I'll try answer the next question at the same time. Question 2, other question, is BodyCommerce compatible with a member management plugin such as MemberPress or Wishlist? So BodyCommerce is pretty much compatible with most plugins that I know of. There has been a couple German market plugins, which for some reason in Germany they have some strange laws. So there's a couple plugins there to help you get over those laws. I'm just gonna. So I know that there's a couple of those plugins that kind of don't really work too well. But if you go to BodyCommerce settings, in there's one that allows us to override their templates. But most other plugins work well. Now, if you do have any issues, what you want to do, sorry, I'm looking at the screen now. What you want to do is go into a module, and we have one called an action shortcode module. Now what this does, this allows you to add an action name or a shortcode. So let's say there's an issue with one plugin and it isn't shown on your product page. All you need to do is contact the developer or look at the documentation, find out the action name. Maybe the action name is called, I don't know, action name. Could be like before product or something like that. Anyway, so you find out from the developer what the action name is, or if they have a shortcode, you add the shortcode. So shortcode name. Either one of those, only add one, and you can get around pretty much everything with that, because most plugins will hook into an action or it will use a shortcode. So if you have any issues with compatibility, that's the way to go about it. I'm just gonna try and make this out of stock. Where do I do that? Inventory. Enable stock management. Stock. Okay, so let me just. I'm looking at it. Question 3. Can you have the categories displayed on the shop page, not the products? Been struggling with that. Yeah, so I think I'll answer that a little bit earlier, but that is to use the Katori Loop module, and in there, and I'll just show you now. So I'm just going to remove this gallery. Yeah, I have this Katori Loop and I have the product loop. I'm just going to update this layout. And sorry, I've been inspecting. I don't know why I didn't. Oh, I did inspect them now. Okay, let's reload this and see if it has caught up. Question 4. Has anybody had any issues with responsive and accessibility design? I don't know any issues with BodyCommerce and being responsive. Accessibility, I mean, you'd have to kind of ask a specialist, I guess, because I'm not the best at knowing what that is. So here I have this category loop now. It's got clothing, decor, and music. And just to tell you even further, if you go to products categories, in there you can add images. And with this category loop module, you can actually, let me see if it opens up now. Yeah, you can actually show the image. And I'll stop redirecting because I want to show you. Yeah, this column style. So you can say, okay, I want the title above the image, I want the title on top of the image, I want the title below. If you have on top, you can choose if you want to have it so when you hover, the title shows, or the title shows on top of the image, which is quite nice. So I think I made this beanie, the album. I made album. Where's album? Here, out of stock. So if I can try to make it blurry, let's just see. Yeah, so what you can do, custom CSS. If you go to this list, you can see this class called out of stock. So if you do dot out of stock, and then you could even do this image, you can target, so dot out of stock and then image, you can target it with some CSS to make it blurry. So yeah, so this you'll need some custom CSS. But what's quite cool actually is yeah, you can does filter blur work? Yeah, there we go. So I've added this web filter blur, and what's quite cool about the inspect tool is you can actually check it out. So what it would be dot out of stock space image, and then well actually you'll do you'd want to actually only have it on the product on the loop. So you want to do et underscore pb underscore db underscore, not that one, sorry, shop grid, whatever. Then yeah, then the image, then out of stock, and then image, make it blurry. Okay, so can you use a mini card on extra theme where the card icon is in top header? Yes. It should work in the extra theme. Any issues, get in touch and I'd be happy to help. Will Ajax add a card work on the extra theme? Yes, it'll work. It'll actually work on any theme, really. I'll be honest with you. The Ajax add card isn't Divi specific. A lot of actually, like our variation swatches are not Divi specific. So actually you can use in other themes, but you just won't get the power of Divi behind it. Can it be translated to Spanish? So on our excuse me, we did start a GitHub like section where people could help translate the plugin, and that's why the French one happened, because there were so many people who were helping with the French translation. I do believe that it isn't the best because I've done some of it, but I did start with the Spanish, I believe, and it just didn't kind of kick off. So please email us and I can help you get that sorted. Can you add a template to look at it without disturbing everything else on the page, since you have to add CSS? Can you add a template to look at it without disturbing everything on the page, since you also have to add CSS? I'm a bit confused by that question. Can you add a template to look at it without disturbing? I mean, please can you email support@diviengine.com and I'd love to help you. So that's support@diviengine.com with that question, and I can try kind of narrow down exactly what you're asking. And I believe this is the last question. If anybody else has any questions, please get in quick. Question 9. I tried the category loop, but couldn't really style the category text. Can you do that? Okay, so I'll just quickly do that for you. So what I want to do is I'll actually want to go to the categories, just go and exit. So this is the last thing I'm going to do. I'm just going to show you the category loop. So on the shop page, I have this clothing, decor, and music. So I'm just going to open this in a new tab, this in a new tab, and that. And I'm just going to add some images to it because we want to have images to kind of inform the users what it is. So here I want to add a thumbnail. So for the music, just going to add a one of the images here. Okay, here we go. So update that one. The next category, clothing. Want to have just like a hoodie or a t-shirt or something like that. That'll work. And then the decor. I don't think it really matters what the decor is, isn't it? Just to show you. So the reason why I'm doing these images, I just want to kind of nail down a bit more about it. Oh, there we go. Nice little decor there. Okay, so now if I go to Divi library. So another quick question while I'm doing this, and please count the questions because as long as I'm here, I'll do some answers. Can I use a Divi theme builder instead of the Divi library? What is the drawback? Okay, so you can use the Divi theme builder. It does work well. The reason why, you know, we before the Divi theme builder, we had all our way of doing things in our settings. I keep on bumping this table, sorry. So that's the reason why we have all our settings there. What are the drawbacks of using? I don't really know of any drawbacks, I'll be honest with you. So you can use the theme builder. What I would say is to try to keep everything in one place, just for your own sanity. So if you're going to use a theme builder, keep it there. Or if you're going to use, you know, our settings, and use our settings. But no. So here I want to have, I want to use this image title on top of the image. In the design tab, title text. So you tried to style the category text. So here I want to have, I don't know. So let's make this white. Let's just make it really big. Let's see what happens. I hope it works. Otherwise, I'm gonna look like a fool. I'm only joking. It is. I mean, BodyCommerce is so big in what it can do. There's so much it can do. So at first, it can seem very overwhelming, and I do appreciate that. But once you get on with it and you really get to know how it works, it'll help you loads with your development. Okay, so I'm gonna reload this page, and we should have an image behind for the category, and the text should be white, about 40 pixels big. Okay, so we have the images, and then on hover, as you can see, we have this. Okay, the hover's white as well. So I probably shouldn't have chosen white, should I? Out of all the colors, I'd choose that. I don't know why my website is going painfully slow, and it must be due to the live stream because it wasn't like this before. So I do apologize again. The next live stream we're going to have my other PC hopefully back, so it'll be better. So here in the overlay we can choose the zoom color or the hover color. So actually I want to have the hover color as black because I've done the white text and made the white text 40 pixels. So when you say you couldn't really style it, I hope that makes sense. I'll style another category, but description on the categories, I can't style it. Okay, so you can't style the description. I believe there's a setting for that. If there isn't a setting for that, like I'll certainly add it for you. I don't know why it wouldn't be, because we have had quite a few people using it. But I will take a look at that. But yeah, so just to show other people, we have this dark color now hovering over with clothing, decor, music. So let's stop this. Design. Text. Okay, so you are correct. I'll definitely add that on the list. I don't know how that's been missed, I'll be honest with you. So if you do ever have any things, we always have people, you know, messages and saying, can you add this? Can you add this? And we always try and help people add as much as we can, because we value your guys' feedback the most, because you guys are the ones that use the plugin. So you know, so if you want that stuff added, just get in touch, please, and let us know. So I think we're going to come to the end. If there's any, I'm going to have to read through the comments because I would love to see what everybody's been saying, and I hope I've made sense. I hope I've kind of helped to not confuse you more. Yeah, I think I'll do some more live streams hopefully, and we can really take it to the next level and get some real like detailed kind of layouts and teach you how to even add some JavaScript and stuff like that. We'll see where it goes, but this is the first of many webinars hopefully. So yeah, so I guess that's it really. One final thing, like I think I said before, I really appreciate you guys as customers. Without you guys, like, you know, we can't do what we do. So I value you all, and I hope that if you have any issues and you get in touch, you feel valued. If you don't, I'm sorry. I do wish you guys the best, and I do often like, you know, think yeah, you know, I won't go into there. So I appreciate it, guys, and I hope you have a great day. And yeah, so any questions, if you need more help or any questions you may have that maybe hasn't been answered, please can you email support@diviengine.com, and I'd be happy to help, or one of us would be happy to help. And then I guess the next webinar, it'll be quite nice. Maybe we can try and nail down a specific topic, and we can just get that specific topic done. But we also have video tutorials online. We have documentation as well to help you. So have a brilliant day, guys, and yeah, we'll be in touch. We'll speak to you soon, and yeah, I pray you all have an amazing week, and this year is going to be yeah, I just hope it's a great year for you all. Now with COVID being here, you know, we have more opportunities to help people online. So I hope you guys can, you know, really help other people online and help them maximize their businesses and your own. So anyway, that's it. Sweet, guys. Have a great day, and guys and girls, sorry. And we'll speak soon. Cheers.